Good morning, everyone. It's Monday, and I already feel like I've done a day's work. I'm all over the place this morning. Um, Today is the 6th of July. I want to say thank you for we had a big jump in the channel last night, which is always awesome. Thank you so much for subscribing to the channel. If you're interested in doing classes with me during July or August, I'm still taking bookings for July, and August is up and running. Both have different time slots to fit in with different people, and I have changed some of the content in the second month. After August, I'm going to look at doing only 2 classes a month and perhaps making them a bit longer. That's my intention. It just feels like the hour is an hour and a half is not enough for the class. So I've sort of changed the way I do that, but I knew I would do this. So I'll just change and adapt as required. If you would like a personal reading from me, all the information is below in the box. If you're unsure what sort of reading you'd like to have, or you need to check on time zones, please email me. And the donations, always gratefully accepted to help grow the channel. They are in the box underneath as well. Thank you. All right. So I've already done an hour's work already, so I'm sort of falling a little bit behind on this. I think it's about 6:30 a.m. So, alrighty. All things happening at work. If I don't get on for the daily diary this week, I apologise in advance. I've got trouble with my equipment for work, and at the moment we're changing teams. The workload's really high because of the break, and it's just been absolute bedlam. And now getting used to a whole new team leader and the differences they like with how they want their teams run. I'm afraid it's been very laid back where I was, so it's a bit hard to get back into that again. I'm not really comfortable with being micromanaged, but anyway. Okay. I'll just go quiet for a moment. I better put some energy into the cards. Okie dokie. All right, now it's really funny. This card here, I swear it made an appearance at nearly every reading I did on the weekend. Every time I did a reading, it came up. Now, sometimes this does happen with a particular card, like we'll get the Tower a lot, or maybe the Ace of Hearts, Ace of Clubs a lot, Ace of Cups a lot. I need to get out of my head and back in my body at the moment. So when a card comes up like this a lot, I always pay attention to it, because I feel if this is the universe at the moment, and this is the energy most people are putting out, then I need to talk to you guys about this. The Seven of Wands is very, very much a card of standing your ground. It's about standing up for what you think is right. It is about defending yourself against others. But the other thing that comes through very, very strongly with this card is this need to control one's environment. And that is what we don't want to be doing. So if you're fighting against things rather than allowing the universe to bring things through for you, this card will keep appearing. And it means that you're resisting what the universe has to offer. And that's not a good thing. She's trying to manifest something beautiful for you, and you're fighting against it, or you're fighting to do it your own way, or you're not trusting that the universe will do this for you. And if it keeps coming up in the cards, that's pretty much what it's saying to me, is that a lot of people are fighting against the energy of the universe trying to push you in a direction. Somebody said to me the other day, I keep getting these messages through, but I'm not really sure if it's me or if it's the universe or if it's spirit. If you're getting the messages through and you're receiving messages time and time and time again. So for example, you need to give away this job, it's draining you, go and find another job, and you hear that over and over. That is your higher self speaking to you, which is in fact the universe, is in fact spirit, whatever you'd like to call your God, is your higher self. So if those messages are coming through for you, you need to take heed, unless those messages are damaging or negative, in which case that would be your ego. So the easy way to tell is spirit or your higher self speaks to you with love. Your ego speaks to you about what might hurt you, how not to do something just in case it goes wrong. So if it's negative, then that's your ego. Easy way to tell the difference between the two. So I have you here fighting against trying to maintain something when the universe is trying to move you towards abundance. So let go, just allow, go with the messages, do what you need to do, but don't fight it. Okay, so we have the King of Swords coming through here, and I have a feeling this King of Swords is saying to you that you need to sort of wait your time out. The King of Swords is very much an energy of sort of being stuck in your head, overthinking things here. And I feel like perhaps that's what you're trying to do with these new energies coming through. It is a little strange here. The Emperor's here too, so I feel this is you taking your power back yet and speaking up. Okay. You're closing out some sort of cycle here. Okay, let's go from there. Basically what they're saying is don't fight, go with the flow, get out of your head. Do what you need to do to chill. Meditate. Meditation's always good if you can't meditate. Mindfulness, and if you can't do mindfulness, or not mind emptiness it should be called, then probably starting to move towards EFT or doing tapping if you're unsure how to calm the energy. But the energies are very, very potent at the moment, I think because of the eclipses. So I sort of get that everybody's a bit antsy. Let's see what's going on. All right, so we have the Five of Swords coming out. Now the Five of Swords is the card of, it is the card of conflict, but it's a different sort of conflict. It's the conflict you have when you choose to do something that maybe goes against the grain of everybody else, or you choose to do something that's for your own good, even though it doesn't feel good when you're doing it. Very much a card of winning at something, but actually not feeling like it's been a great win for you. Can be the card of being selfish, can be the card of holding on to things, all of those things happening at the moment, but you're fighting against change here. Okay, Six of Cups coming through. So this could be something to do with the way you have learned to do things from a child. Very often when this card comes through, it talks about childhood memories, nostalgia. And what happens with this card sometimes, it sort of comes up to say you're a bit locked into the way you've been taught to do things, and this is sort of asking you to take a very different approach. If you're constantly fighting against what is being offered to you on a spiritual plane, then what you're doing in effect is you're refusing to take what the universe is offering you. So this change may be, for example, that constant nagging at you to, leave a partner, constant nagging at you to speak to someone, constant nagging at you to apologize to someone. That sort of unseen information that keeps coming through your mind that you're not allowing it to, you're not listening to it, you keep denying it. And I think that people deny it because they think it is something to do with the ego. So for example, if you're in a job that's really draining you, you're really unhappy there, and all you keep getting is the message to move on, to find another job, and you keep doing that whole, I don't want to move on and get another job. What happens if I can't find another job? That sort of energy. And know what happens when Spirit asks you to do things so many times, like I always say, you will be poked with a stick every time until Spirit sort of says, that's enough now. No more poking with the stick, just throw the stick at them. What this is the result of not listening to the messages coming through, not listening to your intuition. And what happens with the Tower very often, it's the breaking down of these old ideas and old ways of doing things. The universe has seen you along the way sort of accumulate these core beliefs about yourself, or allowing issues and problems from your physical world stop you from doing what you should be doing. So you're not trusting here. So what happens is the universe comes in to help you break down those old ideas, to try and clear your energy so that you can start again. So for a lot of you here, this is about sort of, okay, example, you've been at a job that's really, really bad. And every day you get that voice that says to you, you need to give this job away. It's horrible. It's draining you. You're really unhappy. Stop, go. Don't put up with it. Or you're in a relationship where you know someone's being really unfair and cruel, but you keep going with it in hope that it might get better. And you keep going, even though the voice in your head is saying to you, you need to get out, you need to do something, you need to go somewhere, you need to take care of yourself, and you still don't listen. So very often these core beliefs will be the ones you've been taught as a child. Like you have to stay at a job, you have to stay in a relationship. You've got all these really outmoded ways of thinking that are human ways of thinking. So, you know, the idea of staying in a job for 20 or 30 years is antiquated now. It's just not even how things should be. That is somebody telling you that because somebody probably said to you many years ago, you know, oh, it's great, you know, so-and-so stayed in this job and been in this job for 30 years. Well, if you're in the job for 30 years and you don't love it, what are you still doing there? If you're in a relationship that really is not right for you, who told you that you couldn't escape from that? This is what's happening, and the universe says, no, this is it now. You know this is no good for you, you need to move on. I don't know who this is for. But the universe is about to remove that mask now. So that mask here is the one that's made you believe you can't achieve something, can't do something, can't go somewhere, and you're hanging on to it. You're hanging on to the gate here because the universe wants you to move beyond the gate. They want you to go out into the open. They want you to receive. But you're stuck with your hand on the gate. I just looked at my face. I'm really tired today. Okay, so this is the Five of Cups. So for some of you, this outmoded belief is very, very much to do with your past. Somehow or another, you've got really locked into, look how intent he is at looking at the past. You've got really locked into these ideas of how the world should be. So yes, I should stay in the same 30-year job that I've had. I can't move on because I was told that's where I need to be. Yeah, I'm stuck in this 25-year-old relationship. I'm so darn unhappy. I can barely get out of bed every day, but I was always told that once you got married, you had to stay there. They're all human concepts. They're all core beliefs. You have absolutely the power here to change anything you want to. And I've now got a runny nose. Oh, I love it. Oh, you are so exceptional, Spirit. Look at this wish card. So the universe is going to help you move towards your wish here. So you're getting a lot of support here. Look at this. It's time. It's time to go. Trust your intuition. Beautiful. Okay, Ace of Pentacles and the Queen of Pentacles. Okay, I should have put the screen down and you wouldn't have to look at my very tired face and you would have understood. Rightio, so we have the Five of Swords, Six of Cups, followed by the Tower, followed by the Five. This is the one that really stands out for me. Spirit coming down and removing the mask that stopped you moving forward into the garden. You've stayed behind the gate. This is like restriction of life. Like if you stay in this garden, how can you ever experience what's in the outside world? Like, do you really want to be locked in this one way of thinking forever? Most likely not. Most likely you are ready to travel into the wide world. But these thoughts, ideas and feelings from your childhood are keeping you locked away here. You're a bit like Rapunzel in the tower. I can't do it. I can't move forward. What will happen to me if I move forward? What will happen? Well, I can tell you now, a lot of happiness. Look what's on the mantelpiece for you. You're not even looking at your future. You're so immersed in what you know best. Take the leap of faith. I'm surprised we don't have the Fool here, but we do have the Wish card here. So something is definitely changing in the way you think about things because the universe is saying it, the time's right now. You can't deny it any longer. You need to start listening to your intuition. You need to start understanding that that little voice in your head is your higher self telling you that what's on your path ahead of you. Once you start trusting these energies, then everything will come to you naturally. You can't stay in this negative mindset or this lack mindset. The one that tells you you can't do something. That's lack. It's a lack mentality. Poverty consciousness. You need to start feeling grateful for every moment you're on the planet if you want to bring in the things you deserve. Because the more grateful you are, the more the universe has to give you. And look, here you are holding the pentacle. So sitting back and allowing, being at one with your universe. Okay, let's have another look. Okay, so I have you fighting against this energy, and all the energy at the moment in the universe, in the world, planetary movement, all the moons and eclipses we're experiencing, all tell us that we have to let go of these old beliefs that no longer hold on to us. The universe is asking you to clear those away so that you can receive the abundance that is so rightfully yours. You need to get out of your head, you need to take your power back, and you need to wield that power to move into the future. So taking your power back is about you standing in your truth, standing in your higher self, and allowing the universe to bring in what you need to bring in. I'm starting to use those, and Spirit saying, no, use the other ones, use the other ones. Okay, so we will listen. It's funny, isn't it? Because we think that we know better. So when the universe keeps saying that to us, we keep saying things like, no, I'm not going to do that. No, I don't trust that. I'm just going to go with what I know best. And that's what they want me to bring out. Okie dokie. What do we have? We have the card of Yin Yang, which is card 22 for all of you numerology people. 22. This is passive, active, intuitive and logical. So this is moving from one to the next. This card represents energetic life cycles, and its purpose is to help you identify the particular cyclic energy moving into or out of your experience. This heralds a yin cycle where most of the action seems to be happening under the surface of things. This is a time of great receptivity, intuition and gestation. External circumstances may be forcing you to go within and examine present activity. It's an especially good time for completion, so wrap things up. Yin cycles often cause you to be passive, yielding and reflective, so being open to those sides of your nature. Being more than acting is the intention here. So they're asking you to go inside and use your intuition. Listen to yourself, not the voice that keeps telling you it's not possible or it cannot happen. Because the more you listen to the universe with those messages, the more things will flow. Have a wonderful week.